So when you have two variables, you could solve for either. Solve's just a fancy way of saying getting it by itself, right? So when I solve for y, I get the y by itself. So it says y equals something. That's solved for y. If I were to get the x by itself, that would be solving for x. That's where the equation starts off x equals. Okay? We do the same things as before. We just try to get everything that's not the variable we're solving for to the other side. If this just said 3y plus 2 equals 12, it'd be just like yesterday. It's really not different at all. It's just a variable now. If it was just 3y plus 2, the first step we do is we'd subtract 2, right? It says plus 2x, so we're going to subtract 2x, yeah. Say you cool? Good job. All right, so that leaves us with 3y on this side. And on the other side, you can't combine 12 and negative 2x because they're different terms. It's apples and oranges at this point. Okay? So you could write 12 minus 2x. I'm going to leave it with the variable first. Hope that doesn't bother you too much. Plus 12. As we discussed earlier, same thing. Order doesn't really matter. Lastly, to get y by itself, we just have to divide by 3. Oh, yeah. That's a response. Now, here's what gets really tricky. You have to divide everything on the other side by 3. So you could put one really long bar, but I find that confuses people more frequently. So just remember every term is getting divided by 3. Keeps us getting right answers, I think. This obviously cancels, and we have a y. This one, we have negative 2/3 x, which is the same as negative 2x over 3. Either way of writing that is correct. And then finally, 12 divided by 3 is 4. And that is our final answer. That's that equation solved for y. Now, if this lesson seems rather easy to you, that's excellent. If it doesn't, we need to make sure that we have this one. A big part of algebra is being able to graphically demonstrate equations. And this is what we would call standard form, and this is what we would call slope-intercept. And the ability to move easily between those two, it's just a necessity for this class. Now would be a great time if this isn't just absolutely perfect in your head to ask a question. Because this is like one of the essential building block skills for this class. If this one confuses you, the year is going to be rough. All right, so I'm actually, then for part B, we're going to take the exact same equation, but this time you're going to give it a whirl on your own. Solve it for y this time. I solved it for x. You try solving it for y. This means get x by itself. You're solving it for x. Get x by itself. Sorry.